Hello everybody, happy Monday, and welcome to another edition of my Make It Monday, where each Monday I share with you projects that I'm working on or things that I feel that you'd be interested in that I want to share with you each week in hopes that you would as well doing something crafty this week as well. Hi Fran, thanks for jumping in. Anyway, so what have I been doing? So for today's episode, we would be working on the Bottled Happiness. This is one of the new sets that will be in the new catalog that will be going live May 2nd, I believe it is. And so the reason I'm working on this particular set is because this is one of the free sets that I was able to get from Stampin' Up for signing up for they call it On Tour, which is sort of like a conference, a get-together, a gathering. And so this was one of the free stamp sets that I received. Hi, Becky. And so I'm working on it because as a team, we're doing a swap. So each person may be getting a different free stamp. And so what we're going to do is we're going to swap this Thursday. And so I'm working on my swap right now. Don't worry, guys. I'm not going to show you what you guys will be getting. It's just so I've got all my team members here watching, and I'm really appreciating them being on here. But anyway, so I'm not giving you guys a sneak peek of what I'll be swapping. But anyway, so Bottled Happiness comes with a punch. Okay. So what I found was I was really having a lot of fun with the punch. And so for today's episode, even though we'll work on this stamp set, but mostly I want to show you things you can do with the punch that will really add versatility to your stamping supplies. Hi, Nancy. Anyway, so, before I dive into today's project, I want to invite you to the open house. Our new catalog launch open house will be held May 22nd. That's a Sunday, and it's from 3 to 5 at Shirley's in Agania. So please reserve your spot because we want to make sure that we prepare enough packets for you. It is $20, but it's totally credited towards your order placed within a week of the event, so you don't lose anything. There'll be 4 make and takes. There'll be door prizes. And of course, it's just having a great time being with a company of other paper crafters. Anyway, oh, my nails, Becky. Yay, look at my nails. It's Starry Sky and Tahitian Tide. Anyway, I got to get back to my main thing. And then we are having an early bird special. If you sign up by May 15, you also will receive a packet of 10 assorted in-color postcards as a thank you for pre-registering, because it helps us prepare for the day. So anyway, so again, open house, May 22nd, Sunday, 3 to 5. Hope to see you there. All right, let me switch the camera around and let's get started. So this is the new catalog, and if you have not gotten yours yet, just shoot me a message and we can connect, or you can wait until you come to the open house and get your copy here. Okay? So let's get started. So Bottled Happiness comes with a punch, but we'll work on the punch later. And a couple of people were saying they were having a hard time with stamping this image. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it for you live. I hope it works. And to show you what I do to make it work, okay? So it is kind of a two-step. What I find myself doing is I usually stamp this first, and then I stamp this next, okay? So let's get going. So here's my thing. So this is polished pink. There you go. Okay, there you go. Okay, and let me see, where's my, oh, okay, never mind. I need to wipe this off. And let me pull this out and get the other one out. Okay, now this one is the leaf. If you notice the image, there are little flowers here. And it drives me nuts that this is not a 3-step, because I don't want these flowers green, because I'm going to be stamping this green. So what I do is very low tech. So let me go ahead and do this. This is soft succulent. Okay. And when I say low tech, I get myself a piece of napkin, and I'm going to wipe off the flowers, the ink. It's a good thing there's not a lot. It sounds like a lot of work, but it really isn't. Okay, so I'm dabbing the flowers with my napkin, which takes off the soft succulent, and then I'm going to go in with my marker. Of course, if you are doing this mass production, it might not be the best way, but for 1 or 2 cards, it's certainly doable. So I'm using the marker. This is Fresh Freesia, and I'm just coloring in. Okay, just doesn't hurt to go back again over it. Okay, so now we've got this done. It's now to stamp it. So what you want to do is, you see these flowers? These are the middle of this. Let me show you again. So you're trying to align them into these little pockets. So I don't know if you can see, but I might poke my head in here. There you have it. See, that wasn't too hard, was it? Okay, so let me push this away. And I wanted to share with you how I do this, so when you do get this set, you'll know what to expect in doing this. So I went ahead, and this is, I believe, Sweet something, and this is going away. So if you like this die set, please get it before it goes away. And I'm going to stamp the one of the jars here, and in order to make it work, I went ahead and did a mask. So let me go ahead and put my mask. This is just a Post-it note, and here is the fat jar, okay, the white jar. Okay, and stamp this on. And voila. So the flowers are overflowing out of the vase. Okay. So let me show you a finished card. So this is the basic go-to card from this Bottled Happiness stamp set. And as I said, what I find is I'm actually really enjoying the vases more than the flowers. Oh, in case you didn't catch this, for Easter, I made a card like this. And again, so with the flower, you can put it in another jar. And this particular one is, I think, Jar of Flowers. Anyway, so that's what I did. Same stamp, okay, but different container, okay. So let me put this aside, and let me bring out a scrap piece of paper. And for this jar, where's my stamp? So for this jar, I love using the starry sky for the jars because it really reminds me of the Blanco glass jars that I collect. They're cobalt blue. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful shade of blue. So if you like cobalt blue, this is the color, Starry Night. Okay. Isn't this beautiful? And all you need to do is just punch it out. All right. There you go. Easy, right? And so the wider jar, let me clean that up because for some reason I didn't bring my, oh, I see it. Hang on. It's always like this. Okay, so here's my chamois. There we go. That will work. And so I'm going to ink this up because this one doesn't have a punch. And I want to show you how easy it is to fussy cut it out. Okay, and this looks exactly like the antique Blanco glass jar that I have. Okay, let me go ahead and show you on camera how easy it is to fussy cut this. Okay, again, of course, if you're mass producing, I would not recommend this, but if you're doing one or two, it's totally doable. In fact, for my swap, thank goodness it's only, I think, 8 this time that I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I fussy cut 8 of these over the weekend. So let's see, not hard at all because the lines are very straightforward. And there you go. There you go. So the jars. So say, for example, you want a taller jar, because remember, 3 is a good composition, so you want one more jar. Well, let's see, where's my other? Here we go. So what you can do is hide it between these two, and so now you've got a tall jar. Okay? That wasn't too hard, was it? So you've got a tall jar, and so there's 3. So let's try to punch out some other stamps. Let's see, there's a jar here. So here, and go ahead and punch. You can also just punch it out of cardstock, okay, without inking it up. And say, for example, you want a shorter bottle. So what you can do here is, this is really cool, if I may say so. So you stick it in as far as you want to, or how short you want the vase. And now you have a small vase, okay? Isn't that fun? Okay. So what other things you can do? So let's see, let me show you what I've done here, okay? So this is a card that takes advantage of the 3 sizes of the vases, or bottles, if you will, the bottles of the set. So they're all actually one punch, but it gives you the impression that there are 3 different sizes, okay? For just a simple snip and a little optical illusion, and you've got them 3 different heights, okay? All right, so what else can you do? You can punch it out of embossed paper. Do you guys remember where this came from? This is from the boho collection, a few years ago, that I still have because I absolutely love this set. And anyway, so then with these bottles, you are free to stick any of your greens in here, okay? And, or you can stamp them, and that will work too, right? Really fun. So it's a great way to use up some of your foliage or your flowers from other sets. Give it a new look, if you will. Another thing you can do with these bottles is to emboss it. So my next card, let me show you. So you can use any of the embossing folders. You don't want it too large of an image because it will get lost in this small bottle, right? So you want something between small and medium. And what you want to do is just go ahead and position the bottle where you think you can capture the most image or design that you want, okay? Something like this maybe. And then once you run it through the emboss machine, it looks like this, okay? Isn't that pretty? And what can you do with this? You color it. So let me go ahead and pick out the Granny Apple Green. And this is just a sponge dauber. Because it is raised, it will only color the top part, okay? So if you look at it, there you go. See? This really reminds me of my parents' store where we used to sell something called cut glass. It's glass and then they cut it into the thick glass to make a relief image, which is like this. So this is really bringing me back to my childhood. Okay, see? Not hard at all. And then let me grab, this is Flirty Flamingo. And we'll color in the flowers. Of course, you can choose any color you like, but if you just lightly brush it, it won't go in between. So what do you think? Okay. So that's one more way of playing with your bottles, okay? So here's another sample. This is with, I think this is, oh, I forget what the color is, but this one was Pool Party, and this one is, oh my goodness, I forget. But anyway, as you can see, the colors really show up well. And let me show you a card that I made using that technique, okay? So this particular embossing folder is the, what's it called? It's called Pretty Flowers. And it just so happens to match or coordinate with this DSP. And I just love the way it matches. And this is going away. So if you like bling, like gold accessories, do get that before it's all gone. Okay. Great, Fran. I'm glad you are learning. Because sometimes I don't know whether these are just things that, you know, I find interesting or you already know about it and it's like, oh, boring. So it's kind of, it's good. Thank you for letting me know. Anyway, so here's a card, right? And I put some details here because if you look at some of the vases that Ross sells, they'll have these glass jars, right? And then they'll have the jute wound around it. In fact, I have one at home like that, and that's what gave me this idea. So this is just linen thread, and I wrapped it around the neck of the bottle to give it, again, some texture. Okay. So another thing you can do with these bottles, okay, let me go ahead and bring out my paper here. Oopsie. Okay. So again, let me go ahead and ink up this, my favorite cobalt blue. Okay. And another technique that I really like is to make it shiny, right? And how do you make it shiny is you use tape, okay? So let me go ahead and put this here. So it's just ordinary package tape. Okay. Of course, you can use embossing powder and you sprinkle this on here and heat it, but why go through that trouble? So, whoops, let me get this out. And go ahead and punch this out. See, now you have a shiny bottle. There you go, see it? It's shiny. There. So it's just gives it, I mean, that's the beauty of a handmade card, right? Is you're able to inject different little techniques and touches to your card to make it that, you know, handmade look, right? So there. So this is the card that I made. So again, this is from the Boho Indigo set from, oh, I think 2 years ago that I just love. And so this is the shiny. Okay. And just arranged 3 different flowers from that set. Okay. And here's one that I made. Here's a birthday card. And they're all shiny. Okay. And of course, this one celebrates the new in color. You've got Tahitian Thai, Sweet Sorbet. This is the orchid. And this is the parakeet. And of course, this is Starry Night, Starry Skies. And we've got bling, of course. And this is the new ribbon. So there, so you've got, so the bottles actually can take center stage. It doesn't have to be just the container for your flowers, although it certainly is a nice container for your flowers. Okay. Let's see, what else am I doing here? I think that's all the cards that I was planning to show you. Of course, there's one more card that I have, but I'm not showing anybody because it's my swap card. So basically, when you have all these things cut out, just have fun putting the foliage in there. You know, like this one is from the Forever Foliage, I think it's called. So you can just put it on there. So really nice, right? And yeah. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you are convinced that this punch is a must-have. I mean, I know we all have leaf stamps, leaf die cuts, flower die cuts. Now, one way to refresh that set is to get some new vases for them, okay, or bottles. I know it's called vintage bottles, but I call them vases. And also, before I leave, if you have left any leftover of this cork from, gosh, I think, was it a year ago, maybe? This is perfect to make that stopper like this. Here, let me show you what I mean. See? How realistic is that? Okay, and the way you would do that, if you still have this, is I stamp it on the back with black, and then I cut it out. Again, really simple to cut out to make, and then, because this is a solid stamp, so you can't really stamp it onto the cork, because then you'll mess up the cork image, the details of that. So what I do is I stamp it in the back, and then cut it out, and then I have a little stopper for my bottles. Anyway, okay, so that was fun, I hope, and check back. I think Friday I will post the card that I made for my swap, and let me know if you like these cards, and let me know if this is something you would want to do for the open house, because I'm still undecided what my project is going to be for open house. And would this be too simple? Would you want to do something like this for open house? Leave a message, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think. Do you like the set? Would you be able to use the punches? Okay. All right, so that is it for today. And thank you for joining me, whether you're joining me live or on replay. I appreciate you stopping by. And I would even more appreciate it if you would leave a comment to say hi so that I can say hi back. And let's see, again, open house May 22nd. Please make plans to come. Please register ahead so that we have enough packages for everybody. And that's it for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.